Alright, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Great Tutor, and what I do is solve technical drawing problems and also provide very important information that can make use of for you to have better performance in your technical drawing examinations. And if you are watching my video for the first time, you're a technical drawing student, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, put on notification so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified, and help me to share my videos with your friends who are technical drawing students. And right now, I want to solve this problem, which happens to be a WAEC question, though I saw something similar to this which I uploaded yesterday, and I want to solve this one. And the only difference between the one I solved yesterday and this one is that if you look at diagrams very well, you will be able to see a difference, which I'm going to show you while I'm solving this problem. And where we are going to put the true shape is not going to be as that of the one that we have done before. So what you just need to do is to replicate the diagrams. As you can see here, it may not be clear, but I'm going to do it. You are going to see what I'm going to do. But as I said, on the other one, we have the horizontal dimensions, and we have the vertical dimensions. Distance of P from this horizontal line is 35 millimeters. For P prime, it is 10 millimeters from the horizontal, and then distance of Q on the vertical from the horizontal is 50 millimeters, as we have here. And for Q prime, this is for Q prime, 50 millimeters for Q prime. For Q, it is 12 millimeters from the horizontal, and for R, it is 45 from the horizontal, and for R prime, it is 20 millimeters from the horizontal. The horizontal distance is 70 millimeters from here to here, and from here to here is 2070, from here to here is 22 millimeters. So let's see how we are going to get this done. So as I usually say, the first thing to do is to draw vertical lines. This one, distance from here to here is 70, and distance from here to here is 22. So on this vertical, I'm going to take, for P, I will take 35 millimeters here. This is 35 millimeters, and up here we have 10. And for Q, so for Q, we have 12 millimeters down. So 12 millimeters down here is 12 millimeters. And up here, we have what? We have 50 millimeters. And for R, so for R at this point, so here we have 20 millimeters up, 20 millimeters up here. This is 20 millimeters, and down here we have what? We have 45 millimeters. So this is 45 millimeters here. Okay, so all these points, so I want to put it here that so this is P. So on this line, on this vertical line, we have P. On this one, we have what? We have Q. While on this we have what? We have R. So I'm going to connect all this together. So let me show you what we have here. So this is point P normally. So this is P prime. So this is Q prime as we are given in the question, and this is R prime as we are given in the question. So this is P, so this is Q, and this is R here. Okay, so I'm going to connect all this together for us to get the given views as we are given in the question. So I'll connect this. So this goes with this, like this, and we connect this together like this, and I will connect this together. Okay, so and then so this goes together with this. So we connect this together, and I will connect this together like this. Okay, so we have the given views in place as we are instructed to draw the given views. So we have drawn the given views. So the next thing that we are going to do now is to bring out the shape that we're asked to produce. So to do that, so we have some things to do to be able to draw the true shape. We have some things that we need to do, so which I'm going to show you here. So the first thing to do now is that, from unlike the one that we did, so the same thing applies. It's just that this is going to be in this form. So we are putting the true shape on this side. So what you need to do is that from R you draw a horizontal line. So the horizontal line, so touching this side P prime Q prime at this point. So this point we are going to call it point T prime to point T prime. So this is T prime. So from T prime now, so you see that the same thing still applies. So from T prime, so draw a vertical line. I'm just doing this in case this is the form in which you are given. So you'll not be able to you'll be able to do it. You'll not be thinking, how can I go about it? So this is point C here now. Wherever this vertical line touch PQ, so we call it point C. So now the next thing that you have to do is that from this point R now, you draw a line from R down here, you draw a line through T. So it goes like this. Draw a line through T, so it goes like this. Okay, so you draw a line through T. So the next thing that we are going to do is that, so with your set square, so we set your set square along this line, set your set square along this line RT. So you set it like this. So and you shift it. So shift it to be very careful. So you shift it to point R, point Q. Shift it to point Q like this, and you draw a line in the same direction like this. What we are doing is that we are trying to draw a parallel line on point P and Q to line that we drew from R through T. So we do the same thing here. So bring it to P like this, bring it to point P and draw like this. Okay, so I will need to extend this. I can just extend this without supporting the set square with the ruler. So we do this. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we are to draw a perpendicular line to these lines at any point around here. Perpendicular line to this line at any point around here. So as I did, so we just need to, so you can just put a dot here, and then so I will set my protractor at this point here. Okay, so setting my protractor at this point and making sure this line that goes to 90 is on this line. So I'll just draw this line like this. So this line is x1 y1. So this is x. So this is line xy. This line is line xy. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do now is that I'll take my compass. So taking my compass, and I will transfer. So you put the pinpoint of your compass at P here and extend to P prime here. So this is it. So take this distance like this. So where do we have P? We have P at this point. So put it at this point here, and you make an arc here like this. So make an arc on this line. This is the arc here. So I put it on this x1 y1, and I got an arc here. So next is that, so we put it at this point Q on this horizontal line xy. So put it here, and you take this distance from here to here. Take this distance from here to here. So put it at, where do we have Q? So we have Q here. So this is where we have Q. So put it on this is line Q. So put it on this x1 y1 line. So you put at this point here, and you make an arc here. Okay, so the next is that for R, so put it at this point R here on this XY line, extend it to R prime here. So extend to R prime. So where do we have R? This is line R. So put it at this point, and you draw an arc like this. So this point, we are going to join them together. So this line, as I said before, is known as auxiliary elevation. Is known as auxiliary elevation. So you draw this line. So you draw it like this. Okay, so you draw it like this. So all right, so the next thing that we are going to do here, so I want you to pay attention. So first of all, so let's call this is what this is, line. So this is P. So we call this one, we call it P, P2. So and this is R2 T2, and this is what this is Q2. So this is Q2 here. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to draw perpendicular lines to this line, to this auxiliary elevation. So how can we do that? So I still need to make use of my protractor. So I'm going to set the protractor at this point. Okay, so I'm going to set the protractor at this point. So setting the protractor at this point and making sure this horizontal line of the protractor is on this auxiliary elevation. So this is okay. So I'm going to mark a point here. So then I will draw a line through this point like this. So it will be at a right angle to this line. So this is it. So it's at a right angle to this line. So I believe you can see it. So let me move it here a bit. Okay, so that we can see the whole thing. So the next thing that we are going to do is that I need to draw this same line on this point, R2, T2, and Q2, Q2. So this is it. So I'll set it like this. So I will move it here. So I will draw this like this. Okay, so the next is to move it to point Q2. Moving to point Q2. Okay, so from here I'll move it to point okay, so moving to point Q2. So moving to point Q2. Okay, so we have to do it gently. So moving to point Q2 here. All right, so we have it at point Q2. So I will draw this line like this. So everything is done, and these lines, they are at right angle to this line. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to do draw a line parallel to this line at any distance. So this is the this line. So we have it here. So I will support it with my putting the set square on the line, setting it like this. So I will shift it a bit. So this is okay. I like it like this. So I will draw this line like this. So this line is what? This line is Q is x3, x2, x2, y2, x2, y2. Okay. So now, having done this, so the next thing that we have to do is very, very simple, as you have seen this before. So all I need to do is that, so from P here, so P here, so P here, let me show you what I'm going to do. So P, let me call this 1. Let me call this 1. This point here, let me call it 1. So this point, let me call it, this point here, let me call it 2. That is what? That is where this x1, y1 intersect the lines that will produce out of PQR. So, and this point, I will call it 3. I will call it 3. So just look at what I'm going to do. So with my compass, I will take distance P1. So I put the pinpoint at P here and extend it to 1 on this X1, Y1 line. So this is it. So I'll take this distance from here to here. So I believe you can see it. So from here to here. So I will now look at this is line P. Okay. So let me call this also. Let me call this is 1. So let me call it 1 P. This is 1P. I want us to get clear. So this is what this is Q. Well, sorry, this is 2Q. This is 2Q, and this is 3R. So this point on X2, Y2. Okay. All right. So having taken the distance P1 from P to 1 on x1, y1. So I will now take this distance, put it at 1P on x2, y2 here. So I put it here like this, and I make an arc here on this line. So this point here is point P. So I'll call it P3. So I'll call it P3. Okay. All right. So the next is from Q here, from Q here to 2 to 2 on x2 y2 to 2 here on on x1 y1 on x1 y1 on x2, so on x1 y1 here. So take this distance from Q to this point, as you can see here. So then you put it, so come here on 2Q on x2 y2, so put it here like this. So make an arc here on this line like this. So this is point Q3. So this is Q3. So next is, so from this R here, from R extend it to 3 on x1 y1. So this is it. So here, so take this distance like this. So from, you can see what I'm doing. So put it, so come here to 3R here. So put it at this point on x2 y2 at point 3R here, and make an arc here like this. So this point is point R3. So this is R3. Okay, so we are going to join this together. So I will connect this together. So connect this together with this, like this. Then I will connect, that is R3 to Q3. Then I will connect R3 and P3 together like this. Then I will connect Q3 and P3 together like this. Okay, so we have the true shape. So this is the true shape as we are instructed. So this is the true shape that we're asked to produce. Okay, so so the next thing that we are going to do is to measure. So the questions are here. So we have to draw the true shape of the lamina, and also we have to measure the angle. So measure, okay, so we have to determine the angle to the horizontal plane, and we have to measure and state the length of the side of the true shape. Okay, so let's get the angle. So angle to the horizontal plane. The angle to the horizontal plane is the angle between this auxiliary elevation. So this auxiliary elevation, so let me call it line AB. This line that intersect S1 Y1. So this line that intersect line AB that intersect S1 Y1 is known as auxiliary elevation. Don't forget that. So they intersect at this point. So there is an angle between them. So this angle now. So this angle is what is the angle that we call angle to the horizontal plane. This angle is known as angle to the horizontal plane. So I need to determine the value of this angle as we are instructed in the question. So all I need to do is to set my protractor at this point. Set at this point here. So set at this point. So looking at this angle, so this angle, so looking at this angle, so this angle is so this is this angle is so this angle is 37. So 37. So this angle is 37. So angle to HP is equal to 37. So plus or minus 1 degree. So 37 degree plus or minus 1 degree. And then we are asked to measure the length. So the length that we have to measure. So we have what? We have P3, Q3. Then so Q3, R3, and P3, R3. So we have to get all this line. So if I measure, so P3, R3, so measuring it from here, so this is 90. So this is 91. So here I have what? Here I have this to be 91. So plus or minus 1 millimeters. Plus or minus 1 millimeters. So 91 plus or minus 1 millimeters. Then Q3R3. Q3R3. So here I have this to be 44. So 44 plus or minus 1 millimeters. And P3Q3, this is 79 plus or minus 1 millimeters. So we have answered all the questions. So it's as simple as I've shown it here. All you need to do is to practice. As I said, that the only difference between the one I've done and this is that where we put the true shape is it's different from where we put the true shape of the other one, but the same steps still apply. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. God bless you.